someone do a scan?
I don't know. So one of you. First, we need to determine roles on this.
Can a pilot
my
do
vessel.
this? Can a pilot do
more
a
a
scan?
science officer thing.
Okay.
Now, my old crew, they abandoned me through no fault of my own. I am truly a magnanimous host, and I have saved this of you today. So, I would like to know your names and what you can offer to me other than...
And you're a lady, right?
Yeah.
Other than...
But I'm not a host.
Other than your obvious beauty.
I just can't say. First of all, does this ship have a Can I see if there's like an autopilot?
Yes, the ship's computer. Delilah. Hey, wake up, you salty whore. Yes, she does very minor tasks. She is my one true companion.
Are we out of danger yet?
Yes, you're safe with me, my young friend.
So Zach,
as he's trying to like paw for me, I say, "Hey Olaf, let's go fix that." And as because I'm pretty sure life bubble can help you live in space.
yeah, that's what it does.
So I'm gonna be like, Olaf, let's go. Just here, I'll help you with whatever it was. Let's just.
By the way, my name's Blursgulp. I'm an ace pilot.
Well, Blursgulf, I believe you should switch with this young one. This very furry thing. I don't know what you are, but you, such a lady of your beauty, can have any role in the ship she so pleases.
Yeah, you could even be a pilot.
Even if you don't mind me, putting this offer out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not only a pilot, but an envoy to others who can resist your charms, I'm sure. Now, pilots!
I'm also ace pilot as well, Captain.
Well, I see that we have quite the conundrum. Fight for your honor.
I use my charismatic appeal of 6 and -2 modifier to charisma size.
Give me a charisma check. With
This is a
advantage.
charisma off then.
You get advantage.
Off, I beat you with my awful charisma.
Oh,
Oh no! Come on, a 20. Nope.
yeah!
That-
Muss!
16.
Even though I have a -1, Muss healed to me.
16 total, so 17.
Not gonna lie, the difficulty class for him was lower as well because.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, it just was.
No,
okay?
it's fine. It's been this way.
Now, you two won't fight for the honor of pilot? You seem like a scrappy young creature. Come on, do it.
Well, first of all, and I'm so kind of like dazed because I just hit the overdrive and with the gun. I'm a Zach Longtail.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Zach Longtail.
If you need any help with, I'm a psychiatrist. If that.
My mind is a steel trap. No one gets anything out of me, for you see, I am wise and humble beyond my young years.
I can see that. What is the bathroom?
The bathroom, it's I
all around you.
just typically go outside of the ship. I mean,
What?
listen, here's the thing, okay? Who's gonna miss a few, when I gotta do my business? This isn't where it's for a
How do
lady.
you go
but-
outside and do the thing?
Oh, I have my secrets, as I'm sure beauty like yours has their own.
Again, my character's pretty ugly. So.
Who's to say?
I mean, for non-charades, but for charades, you're like the.
I'm humble.
You're like some sort of thick lady.
And I just say, never mind. I can.
Extra
thick.
What if you do wish there is a crew quarter down the hall there? He's sort of,
I think so, yeah.
his gross, fat, greasy hands sort of all wave at once, like down the hall.
Or is that like?
And you see like things, as you see like you're going down, you pass through various crew quarters. It looks like each of them are separate chambers for each one, and they each have a complement of like a living space and like a small like a small bath that you'd find like in a small apartment, like have a standing shower,
A toilet?
yes, a super bowl, a sink, that sort of thing.
But it is a toilet.
Yeah, super bowl.
So I just kind of use the Super Bowl and throw up some fans
Okay.
because all that adrenaline and then without really hitting coordinates, this jump drive, I feel like I felt the most of it, and I'm like
Okay.
just have a little Zach time.
Okay. So now as your friend Zach is left and we're alone, I feel like I should get to know you more, my hopefully friend. What is your name?
I already told you.
Blurs, correct?
Blurs.
Blurs Golf.
Blurs Hulp.
Good. Blurs Gahulp.
Blurs Hulp.
Blurs Gahulp.
No, not Ga. It's Blurs Hulp.
Blurs Hulp.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
puke
you got
again.
it.
Thank you.
What was your name?
My name's Lance.
That's right. He's ugly. He has a dumb name. He has a big fat nose.
No.
Think of me, you got it. I'm a real piece of hog shit. But anyway,
Yes, I'm Lance, and I am the captain of this vessel.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what happened to your previous crew again?
They were cowards, and they have things like morals and scruples, and just because a bird insults you, you shouldn't jam it into a gun. It doesn't matter, especially if it's exotic and they're extinct.
Back up. Is this a seagull?
It was. It was.
Oh no!
But it is dead now, and I have proven victorious. I just does like this sort of shell with muscles. It's just flab, chocolate colored flab. He's real ashy too.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
the two of you outside of the ship.
I'm just gonna familiarize myself with the controls.
Okay, the two of you outside of the ship, you do see that the gun itself that you were trying to fix, it is a choke with birds. All the same kind of bird. The same large.
I'll make a life science, see if I can see what I can tell about this kind of bird.
Okay.
14 plus. So 18?
It is a large white feathered bird. It will be too large to be like a rock dove, or like today's seagull.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's like just by the size of it, it's like a land bird. You know how like an emu or something.
Mm-hmm.
It has its legs are covered from talon to with leg stop from talon to hip in various like sort of notches to it. As well as these notches on its sort of short neck. It has like a sort of neck the size of half of my forearm, which is small compared to, but it's like stocky.
Can I tell
And they fan out.
what the name of this kind of creature was with my...
Yes, go ahead. It is a sheriff.
Someone jammed a Shuroth in here.
And you know that they are endangered creatures.
Dude, these are endangered. Who the hell would do this?
Oh my goodness.
There's about maybe 3 stuck in the gun.
Would you mind
Why?
keeping as much of them as possible? I would like to dissect them if there is anything left.
I mean, Olaf, these things are jammed in here. Like, someone had to take time to jam these.
And you smell they've been there for a while.
Stuff it like a stocking. Just.
Oh, my life will... Oh, God, with the oxygen, I can actually smell... Dude, these are... Part of me is actually considering just taking the spell off right now and just seeing what happens. And just what... Que sera, sera. But, dude, someone... It wasn't just like someone took their time to jam these in here. What kind of monster would do this?
I think we might need to speak with the captain of the ship regarding this.
I think we need to get off the ship fast. Also, why did you pull a gun out at a spaceport, Olaf?
You hear on the intercom, are you two young girls there done fixing the ship? Well, robot, whatever you like to be called. I'm not sure if boy or girl, whatever works for you. And you, are you two boys or girls or whatever done fixing the issue down there?
Almost. Whoever your last crew was, they really jammed these, what were the birds called?
It's like they were trying to make a turducken in here.
Well, you count the bird sassy. I'm sure who did that was a very gallant and heroic. You know what? Let's not talk about this any further. Get it fixed?
Listen, do you want it done quick or do you want it done right?
I want you to do it, but I want you to do it a way that's safe for you.
Alright, so we're gonna do it right.
Okay. Remember,
Let me grab a bag to keep them in so that way I can inspect them later.
don't! There's no reason to inspect these birds. Come on now, just...
Oh, these are rotting bird. I mean, these aren't even fit to eat.
Who said anything about eating them?
Did somebody mention eating?
As you see that he's, are you still near him?
Is the pilot connecting station you're in?
Yeah, so basically the way it
Yes.
goes, the stations are all within view of his rotating.
It rotates?
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
it'll stick next to him.
Okay, yeah, dude.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was like just continually spinning like one of those sex beds.
Nice. He just lies in the middle.
It's on the vertical and keep going around.
Go forward.
I live in the ship, but I also live in this. There's bits of me everywhere.
Ah, yikes.
When you're all done, there's more important business I would have with each of you when you're done. But please, take your time. I'll trust you.
Is there anything that Zach's doing?
After
I
puking,
mean, the universe is the bag. So I just sort of take a bit and then just sort of cosmos.
well, I guess after he's done.
We'll say you can like the amount that you're doing. You can also save enough for one bird.
Okay, that's all I need is just to dissect that.
But yeah, just after puking, after just all that stuff, after calming down, I come back to the bridge and so Captain Lance, what do you do? I mean, you kind of just became your crew, so what kind of stuff do you do with your ship? Do you have a business?
We will see if you are worthy of being crew. I have high hopes for you, though, my young thing. I am a procurer of exotic life. My former crew scoured the galaxy looking for the most beauteous of exotic bird and fowl and avian and things. And we did so for scientific research, but also for it has a good amount of money in it. You know what I mean? Come here. There we go. Yes, and
yes, I can see how.
do you
birds are
have
pretty
the
expensive.
love of adventure in your heart? Because if you do, we see planets. Oh, didn't you?
I do. Although, if it would be alright with your captainness, I need to get back to Apollon Station. As a psychiatrist, there is one patient that has requested for me to come back to check up on them.
I'll tell you what, my young friend. I will take us to Absalom Station immediately once they are finished repairing my crew. Consider that the tariff for such travel to that place. They fix my gun, you get voyaged back to Absalom. Does that sound agreeable to you and yours?
That actually sounds great.
Yeah,
You okay there?
yeah, I've never been better. And for future work, if you do wish to be more lucrative in life, return to me and I will make sure you are compensated if you do wish to be part of my crew.
I would also like to add that I too am also a ace pilot.
Well, if something happens to the one, it's good to have two. And I'll tell you what,
Also good with engines.
if you strike her down, who's to say? If she is stricken by you, who's to say that you could not be the pilot at this point, you know? Or, ooh,
I'm gonna have to think.
perhaps,
And he's doing what I'm doing with his hands, by the way.
perhaps there is another way for you to become an ace pilot. What for the pilot of the ship? One that will be a bit of a challenge, about strength
Can I use
and
my
constitution and knowledge.
Can I use my psychiatry to see what his mind's like with the way that he's using his body language?
Go for it.
You don't want to see what's in there.
Don't. Yeah. No. That's a dark place.
It's some pipe and a pack of hot dogs.
Damn it.
You got a 4?
4, but then with my 12.
12. Okay, so you're able to do more than read his body language. He's getting physically excited over something that he is just bursting at the seams to tell you. That he will tell you now.
If you are able to say, finish a small challenge, I would love for you to take the place.
What kind of challenge?
There is a race, a betting race.
Betting race?
Yes, that to the victor goes spoils. To me, it would be the sum of money. To you, it would be a place of higher esteem on this ship, a place of your choosing on this ship. Does this sound enjoyable to you?
Now, when you say betting,
You are to race another ship that I have put a claim on. If we succeed, you can take your place on this ship how you'd like. If you fail, well, we can work out compensation for failure.
Is it like Earth on this universe? So
No, Earth is
what's the equivalent?
It was,
Absalom Station,
that
probably.
was
It was
Galarian,
Galarian, but something happened.
Oh, kind of like those weird, kind of like a race, like what they did back on other, like
Yeah, a race. You go here, whoever gets there fastest, a race. Yeah, not like race, but you know. Sure,
Zach kind of just touches his little long squeaky nose and curls his little like whiskers and is like, that is an interesting thing that I will think about. When the other crew gets back and ready to go, will then get into the position of either pilot or engineer, whatever seems most useful.
Yeah, if you wish to take the easier path.
No, I'm not gonna.
Fine, do what you will, but remember, you're part of my crew and I expect certain loyalties from my crew.
Are you two? Would the two of you be finished?
yeah. I think by now we'd be.
You're like outside the door, go like, oh my god.
I'd be exchanging glances with you, like,
Yeah, do the same to you as well.
Oh, hashtag me too.
So,
Can we start like slowly holding hands, like we can get out of this together? We just have to
Would the two of you be holding hands and whispering while you two are sort of getting back into
no
like
way,
the
we're telepathic
bridge?
messaging.
or
Oh my god, this is
or would you two which would be more ideal because it doesn't really matter? Or would you two be like sort of entering the ship as he's sort of touching him and saying,
Privileges.
As he's doing, I'm gonna be like, hey yo, don't be being weird to Zach.
Come, my friend, come. We are discussing roles in the ship and certain compensations that I'd be happy to share with you.
No offense, we just want to get back to Absalom Station, so.
Well, if that's the case, I believe your friend has words. Yes, my mechanical friend.
Would you like a physical?
Do you not see that I am a man of years, and those years have not been kind? Yes, I would love such a thing from you, friend.
Thank you. It will go well in my scientific journal.
Good.
Let's go to the
Right here?
He says disrobing.
No. In the medical bay.
No. I mean,
We don't have one.
he points over.
We only got budget.
There's no medical bay.
We have cargo hold and escape pods.
we can take care of this in the cargo hold.
Let's go to the cargo hold. The rest of you,
Crew quarters.
you can stay here.
But be careful. The three of you who are staying behind. My eyes watch all things in this ship.
You can count on us.
Yes.
Okay.
So he takes you back to the cargo hold. The ship itself, it is impressive on the inside. It's not like, nowhere near the majesty of
Vishyaks.
Visyak ship, but it's fine,
Yeah.
It's better than the ship that you guys have. To own a starship at all is like owning, like
A rowboat?
it's like owning like a yacht, basically.
So a lot of credits.
Yeah, like a lot of credits. Either like you have to either have to take out like a large loan or be like independently wealthy, or you have to have done some cool stuff. Like not everybody has a ship.
Okay.
But he takes you back. It is a very large ship, about the size of like a common sort of a freighter vessel. He takes you there. The ship itself, it does have various cages in it. You hear animal growls and sort of that sound and sort of and one large chamber of a very large giant serpent. It has these sort of frills like a cobra, like a cobra. And on the end of its tail, is one large hook. It is the colors of like a very bright and beautiful purples, leading into very vibrant blues with like greens, green eyes.
I start just jotting down a quick few notes of like the species that he has in the cargo hold.
A being of nature, I understand.
Yes, I've always enjoyed the idea of discovering what the universe has to hold for us.
Well, I'll tell you what. As he starts to sort of, as he starts to unbuckle and sort of disrobe and things like that, and sort of just takes off his pants, and sort of like, now begin, Doctor.
I just start prepping for.
He wasn't doing it sexually, he was well physical.
Yeah.
You know, let's get the weird part of the way first with him, you know?
Yeah. So.
If you was to travel with me and be part of my crew, I would have use of somebody of scientific mind and a thirst for adventure. Bravery.
That might well be possible. We have some things to address first before we get to this matter. We have a few people we must speak with who have not heard from us in a few days.
By all means, I don't wish to hold you, but please take my input. I will wait on Absalom Station a week's time. Because I don't know what to go.
Sounds good. Well, I will continue with my physical, and in the meantime, speak
Give me
with
a
the
life
rest
science check, please.
Alright, here we go. So just sit
And what are you checking first? He did sort of take off his lower parts because again, might as well jump to the pool rather than ease your way in because it's one of those things.
Yeah, no, I'll do his weight and do full measurements first. So I got a 13 on my life sciences check.
So by looking at him again,
Okay.
Would your
he's
scale
about-
survive?
he's about average height.
warning.
I mean, listen, he's as fat as me, and I'm gross. So about that, he's about average height. He doesn't seem to have like when he, takes out
His face.
Okay.
he doesn't seem to have any like STDs or anything. He seems like in okay, like except for being just way too fat. Like, come on, dude, really? Do something
and
about this.
then I take a blood sample.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
Oh god.
At least it's not a reflex save. 15.
As you take his blood, he doesn't really wince or do anything. He just, is this in the back or is this in the arm? I don't know. Doctor.
I just take it right off of my shoulder.
As you're doing this and you test through the systems, an alcohol level
That your Bible snappy.
that would either really count to like why he's been so strange, but enough where it seems like you know how much I drink and it's like you're not even drinking alcohol. That is lacquer sort of thing. Am I right? By the way, if you want to put some lacquer in there.
Nah.
Damn. But anyway, like it's like 1% of a level of this thing.
Sir, do you happen to partake in alcohol quite frequently?
I have partaken it as the fish imbibes water, and as your friends take in air.
Oh god, it's snappy.
I would say that you just based off of my initial readings, you might want to slow down.
If you're on my ship, I would desire many things of you. Many things.
Well,
But to do so with not alcohol in me is not what I wish to do. You see, we're not going to go into this, but there are problems that even someone of myself doesn't wish to face. But I appreciate your concern, good doctor.
Good.
I do.
well, let me continue with my physical.
Okay.
And yeah, now comes the time for the prostate exam.
Okay.
So
Who am I to dissuade a doctor?
Well,
And he sort of leans over one of the crates.
on your elbows, please.
and I knock his arms out from underneath.
Give me a strength check.
16.
And so he buckles up.
Do it! I'm no coward!
And I go. I hope you put on a glove. That was what the whole.
God, he just he has like the cool guy
Oh god.
He has like a pack of cigarettes.
Please don't ever do a real prostate exam like that.
Listen, 3 times a month when I get a prostate exam from my doctor, this is exactly how I do it. 3 times! Listen, she doesn't know why, I don't know why. I get a lot of stuff in there, okay? I keep finding like gems and shit in there. I'm not in my prostate, but like Probably because he had a lot of gems, but
Okay, so 17 on my life sciences check. Okay. And immediately as soon as I stick my finger in, I say, "Have you ever thought about a colonic?"
Never thought about it. Doctor, to take such things from me would be to drag us from hell. The vile poison which permeates my very being must stay.
and you do find surplus gemstones. Like you find like as you pull out like because I'm assuming you still have like the vial on there. It's like twinkling, and your systems do pick up like diamonds and shit.
I scoop all of it off into a little peach tree dish.
Okay.
And I'm going to examine that later.
Okay.
And try and pull out the gems because it's like, ooh.
They're not like, well, yeah, when I do it, they're still whole, so, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. And then, yeah, I just finish up the rest of the physical.
You do notice two things. When you're checking inside of his ears, they seem fine. He doesn't really have like any inner ear infections. He doesn't have like cataracts or really any like eye problems at all. Still wearing glasses though. And when you check his teeth, you do realize that he does have sort of a not a huge amount, but a small amount of calcite buildup.
Okay. Yeah, I just jot all that down and say, well, thank you for being an addition to my scientific journal.
Anytime, Doctor. Remember, you have a place on my crew. I could use a being of your scientific aptitude and intellect and zest for exotic creatures.
Yes. Well, I will speak with the rest of the crew.
You're not even a doctor!
Hey, this is Evan from 20 Sided Night. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good day.